Anywhere that money is involved is a business. Church business is serious business. Even the ones that would tell you that your first salary belongs to the church. If you must even do it, I don't think you should give all of your first seed out. God is a God of prosperity. Why should I lack when He is my God? The money that you get as a student is stipend to take care of yourself. What's the 10% of my salary going to do for a pastor or a daddy Gio that is already using a private jet? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kate. Just in case you're seeing me for the very first time, please don't make this your last. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also like this video if you enjoy it. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be talking about tithing. So how many of you believe in tithing? Growing up, I never ever felt the need to tithe. In my very early days in uni, I remember one of the churches I went to, and the pastor talked about students tithing, and he said that as a student he doesn't believe students should tithe. And that kind of formed a foundation for me and tithing. Like, I didn't take, as a student I never tithed. He's like, you don't work, like you're not working, you're not earning a living, so what are you tithing from? Are you tithing from the money that your parents send to you for feeding or upkeep in school? I know a lot of people tithed as students, and fine, to each their own. If it's something you want to do, just as I would always say in life, to each their own. Your own belief systems and the way you do things will work for you because you believe in it and you have faith in it. Same as mine. The things that I believe in and the things that I also have faith in will work for me. So for me, I have actually never tithed. I remember a situation in uni where my friend came back from holiday. She felt the need to, put out her tithes. And I remember a classmate of hers calling her that day to come visit her. And when the boy was leaving, he was begging her for money. Because as a student, of course, money is never enough for students. But she had put away this money that she wanted to take to church to tithe. And I said to her, I remember the boy leaving after begging her, and she was like, oh, she didn't have. I said to her that, my dear, this money you want to take to tithe, do you want to go and give it to pastors that already have money? I feel that if you give this 10%, of this money that you want to give to God, to this guy who really, really needs this thing, I feel that that money would be put to good use, and God would even bless you because He knows that this boy needs this money at this particular point in time. I remember, I think it was something about the boy needed money for something and came to ask her for money anyway. So I remember my friend giving the boy the 10% that she had set aside for church, and the boy was very excited. Like, the boy couldn't stop thanking her. I feel like when people are very happy, as in when you touch people's lives like that and they say a prayer or two for you, there's nothing that is going to stop that prayer, whether they say it with a clean heart or not. I'm somebody who would rather help the people around me because, aside even being in uni, now growing up, you see all these pastors, they own universities, they own private jets. Of course, it's not my business, do what suits you, do what's sweet for you, but I cannot be tithing my small money to you again. Like, what's the 10% of my salary going to do for a pastor or a daddy Gio that is already using a private jet? So instead of actually tithing, I'm somebody who believes in giving the people around you, like impacting on the lives around you. What would it be like? To me, to be very honest, yes, I understand that tithing is in the Bible, but at the end of the day, a lot of these pastors would literally threaten you to tithe. Like those ones that will say, if you don't tithe, you will die. If you don't tithe, you will not make heaven. If you don't tithe, you're not a good person. If you don't tithe, evil will befall you, bad luck will befall you, you will lack money. Come on now. That one is using threats to get money out of people. So I was never somebody who succumbed to any of those. I never believed in it. In fact, most of the times, I was in my house praying to God and communicating to God on my own. I have never really been somebody who, like, I don't believe God is only in the church building. God is in my heart. God is everywhere. God is where one or two are gathered in His name. So instead of me going to a church for somebody to be threatening me up and down, I'd rather stay in my house, pray to God, and when I have something to, give somebody, I gift it. So for me, like, I don't even know why people are even shouting about this tithing thing. To each their own. If you want to tithe, fine. If you don't want to tithe, it's fine. But do not let anybody pressure you. Even the ones that would tell you that your first salary belongs to the church. or your first salary belongs to your parents. Something, one of those. But I also remember there are also good parents who know that, okay, if you give me your first salary, how are you going to go to work for that next 1 month? How are you going to feed to go to work? I've actually seen someone who believed in, handing over his first salary to his mom, and she was like, no, 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 I can't take it, because at the end of the day, as church is business, whether we like it or not. Anywhere that money is involved is a business. Church business is serious business. Nobody is going to tell you, oh, how are you going to pay your way to work for the next 1 week? So at the end of the day, you carry all the money that you have made, you hand it over to your pastor, then you now come and struggle, and you're looking for who to borrow or beg money from. They call it first seed. If you believe in it, fine. And like, if you must even do it, I don't think you should give all of your first seed out, because how are you going to take care of yourself till the next salary comes? I think you should put that into consideration, because at the end of the day, it doesn't look good if you're earning well. There are even people that even give more than 10% of their salaries to their pastors or their churches. To each their own, come on. But the idea is, if how are you uncomfortable while serving God? God will never want you to suffer. The God that I serve would never want me to suffer. My God that created me would never want to see me beg. He would never want to see me, just being an uncomfortable and negative. My God is a God of prosperity. Why should I lack when He is my God? So when God blesses you with resources, then you don't carry all your resources to go and give to somebody else who has even more than enough. So at the end of the day, you're just not just giving these people money, you're funding their luxuries. Because some of these pastors, if they were not having too much money, they would never ever think of buying a private jet. So please, if you must tithe accordingly. And for students, I do not believe in students tithing, yes, because at the end of the day, you're not working. The money that you get as a student is stipend to take care of yourself, to buy books, and just basically take care of yourself until you're done with school. And when you start earning, you can now start tithing. Not the one that your parents will give you money for books, you carry and go and dash pastor. You can give, that's not a problem. Like, nobody's going to tell you what to do or not to do with your money, but don't be stupid with your money. Don't be foolish with your money, because even God would not be happy when you are foolish with your money. He could even withdraw, he could withdraw his blessings from you. Just think that, you're careless with, the blessings that he's given to you. I actually believe in touching lives. I could actually sacrifice my money for somebody that I know is in need of it. Somebody that deserves it. Some of you actually tithe because you want something from God. So you're literally giving this money in return for something. So for example, now you're trying to get a visa to travel. You're now tithing just because you want a visa. You're even like doing things just because you want something in return from somebody who's manipulating. Basically, you're trying to manipulate God with your tithing, and we all know our God is a jealous God. I don't have issues with them flying private jets, but I have issues with people who already have in excess, threatening people that don't even have. But then to each their own, that's my take on tithing. I don't tithe. If you want to tithe, it's fine, but do not tithe or give away your resources foolishly. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.